the birth is something evil. It's painful. It's horrible.
Started with politics. Homebirth.
Dirty midwives with their dirty hands. Pain-free somehow. They
Won the highest high of.
like, I want you to turn off your head.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pregnancy as Critical Thinker podcast. My name is Caroline. Today we're joined by my beautiful friend, my first colleague in Austin, actually, my first network connection. And it's Anya. She's a midwife here, and we're so happy to have you.
Oh my God, thank you for having me here. I'm really glad.
And we were just joking that it's going to be exceptionally hard to do this in English because we actually never had a conversation in English before.
Yeah, we both are Russian speaking, so
Yeah, I actually wanted to tell that story. I don't know if you remember, we got introduced by our mutual client, Carly.
Carly,
Yeah, before I even knew there were any Russians in Austin. And she's like, oh, my doula is... You were doula then. You had like 1,000 followers on Instagram, I think.
Yeah, I taught childbirth classes for them, and I remember she's like, I have a massage therapist, and she is something like Russian speaking. I think you girls should meet. That's the only one thing. Like you both speak the same language. You should meet.
She told me, oh, you guys gonna get along. I'm like, not all Russian speaking people get along.
Right.
But thankfully enough, we did.
She was right.
Yeah, she was right. So thank you, Carly. But apparently they moved into like California, I think I just heard.
Oh,
so.
really?
Yeah, but we're gonna miss you.
No.
So we both work in prenatal postnatal care, and our first conversation, I still remember, was like south of Austin, this coffee shop, and I thought we were gonna meet for 20 minutes. I just wanted to introduce yourself because I was new to the area, but I think we like spoke for 3 hours then.
I think so. It was about 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
We
Thankfully,
and it went like 3 minutes. Feels
exactly.
Like.
Yeah, it was such a beautiful conversation. So this should go well, but again, it's in English, so we'll see.
Here we go.
It's gonna be very chaotic. I'm obsessed already. I keep looking at the paper like I'm gonna find any answers there. What to do here?
I don't even have a paper, seriously.
You have tea. I gave you tea. So every time you feel awkward, just take a sip.
Right.
That's what is there. Oh, what's your favorite tea, by the way? I forgot to ask you.
That's a good question. Probably mint tea, if
okay.
just one favorite.
Very first trimester of you.
Exactly. No, I throughout my whole pregnancy without mint tea, I would probably die. I don't know why. I mean, just generally mint. I was chewing mint leaves, trying not to do too much of bubble gum, but mint tea every day, 3, 4, 5 cups a day. Easily.
Well, were you just nauseous? Is that why?
Not at all.
Just like the
I
taste?
just wanted it like badly.
Okay.
There is only one strange thing, throughout my pregnancy. No, 2. I hated the smell of the coffee, and I wanted.
How could you? I hope that's not gonna happen to me. I love coffee.
Can you imagine living in Europe, in Budapest, where like every
Everyone
2
drinks
steps
coffee.
probably there is a coffee shop, and
Yeah.
it smells all over, and everyone's drinking it on the streets. And
Coffee and
I'm like,
cigarettes, right?
"Ooh." Exactly. Everywhere, literally. So, yeah.
Wait. How many months of your pregnancy were you in Budapest? I thought because he was born here, right?
6, 7 months. Yeah.
6, 7. Oh, okay,
Almost more than half of the
Yeah.
pregnancy over there. Yeah.
I don't think I knew that. Yeah, for some reason I thought you carried your pregnancy here.
Yeah, I came when I was very, very much pregnant and in like really
They allowed you on
advanced.
the plane and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Like the plane was fine, but I was really afraid of the interview. Because
at the border?
at the embassy, when we were getting the visas and stuff, because I was like, oh, okay. I mean, no one's gonna give me the student visa, like seeing me pregnant.
They're like,
there's the reason for you to go there, just have your baby there.
Well, a lot of people do that. That's how
Exactly.
I was born, pretty much. I think my mom was like 7, 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that gave some troubles here too, because that was one of the reason I was not able to find a midwife. Everyone was fully booked at that time.
For yourself, you mean?
for myself.
What-
When you come that far, and when you start looking for a midwife when you are 7 months or something, it's really, really hard.
You guys,
I
like-
am fully booked until the end of the year, so I
wow.
won't be able to take any clients.
Do you feel like
right now.
there's less midwives than the demand for it in general?
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay, it depends on the season of
Depends
getting
on
pregnant?
the season, different reasons,
Okay.
but also there are different midwives too, like they say there is one midwife for each woman, but
Oh, like a
sometimes
like a
this
soulmate.
midwife is busy, so
Yeah, I am
this
for
one.
you, but I cannot do it.
yes.
That's so sad. Yeah, we were just talking with Anya before we started that she had someone approach her. I think you said they're not even pregnant and they booked her already. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the girl came to me and she's like, I am trying to conceive, literally like within the next weekend. So please book your calendar. Don't take anyone. Take me.
that's amazing. I mean, it's
Don't go anywhere. She's like, she knows I'm traveling, and she's like, don't go anywhere.
well, it's a huge compliment for sure. But yeah, I'm trying to book Anya too for my future kids.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna come from no matter where I am, for these for sure.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Cannot be that seriously. Come on.
Two questions born out of that actually.
Yes.
I remember when we first met, you told me that you had a dream of being like a traveling midwife. Tell me, is that still a goal of yours? Because I know you've been local for a bit because you've
Yeah.
been so busy.
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's probably still a dream. I don't know how to balance it at this point.
The traveling or the clients? abroad?
clients here.
Oh,
you
here.
know, because the sea, I don't do only the birth. I do 9 months of care before that. I do the birth and then I do 2 months of postpartum care. So it's like almost a full year I am available for only one client, and I obviously take about, ideally 3 to 4 for not loving a month, but 2 to 3.
4 months, wow. Okay.
Yes, exactly. And that's what's coming. I have 3 in June, 4 in July, and 2 in August, something like that.
So that's like a top, like you probably cannot do even
I don't
more
want.
than that, right?
I
Yeah.
had I sometimes, last year in December I had 5 births, and they all they all were within 1 week. So that was
You didn't sleep.
that was interesting. Yeah, I mean that was interesting.
How did you how are you still like 100% present for like a fourth one? Because I know you have to be available like through the night and all that,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take like 2 hours, done and done.
Absolutely, yes. I mean, it's the same thing I tell my mamas, freshly born mamas, sleep whenever you can sleep.
Got it.
That's probably what I'm doing. I learned it hard way when I was a student, but it doesn't matter. I never wait after the birth. I never wait for the night. I come home, I sleep. Like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours,
And
no
you
matter
get-
what. You just close all the blinds and you just really get as much sleep as possible.
That's crazy.
That's because you never know. You can go on another birth really soon. So, and that's exactly coming back to your previous question about the traveling midwife. I actually sometimes have already even now some inquiries from different states, from actually couple from Europe too, but I'm like, okay, I am right now booked until December.
Yeah.
How can I do that? So probably not with the care, or just like shifting towards just helping during the birth, like after 36 weeks to the birth, and maybe a couple of weeks after.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it if I would travel. But we'll see.
How often do you see your clients throughout like that year? Like, is it once a week,
That's
once
a
a month?
good question. A standard of care, from I started care about 10 to 11 weeks. That's the reason is that's the earliest time we can hear the baby with the fetal,
The little stick thing.
exactly. Doppler, it calls Doppler.
There
I
you
know,
go.
I know. a little hand thing.
Doppler?
Doppler.
Like a Doppler effect? Like
Like a Doppler effect, exactly.
Cool, okay.
Exactly. So, and around 11, 12 weeks, the chances of having a miscarriage are greatly reduced. So we just make sure that mama is staying pregnant because actually last year, and I mean this year, I had maybe 4 or 5 miscarriages, like around 10 weeks. So we start care at that time, and then I see mamas from, let's say, 10 weeks to 28 weeks once a month, from 28 weeks to 36 every other week, and from 36 weeks until the birth every week.
So it's kind of like OBGYN schedule.
Absolutely the same schedule, standard. I mean, obviously, because I'm a homebirth midwife, I can, do my own schedule. I can be flexible. I have lots of mamas who are traveling for work, for fun, and she's like, I gonna do that. Let's push to 5 weeks. Let's, see me here,
that's nice.
and there.
Yeah.
So that's what I called personalized care, and we can just work together. And sometimes, when I have a third-time mom and she's like, I got it all. Like,
I don't need
I
you
don't
right
need
now.
you, like we good. Baby's moving, we're good. And I'm like, okay, sounds good.
Nice.
Okay. It becomes more important, I would say, after 36 weeks. When the baby gets bigger, we are checking for the position, we're checking for the movements, we're checking how mama is doing, her blood pressure and stuff, because kind of that's exactly preeclampsia and all of that, the risks are increasing kind of closer to that time, So after that, obviously no one's moving, and I kind of just really on a schedule, seeing all my mamas every week.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I actually was curious because it's interesting that you have pretty much the same schedule as OBGYN, because I remember we had a conversation with my client of mine. She was doing home birth, and everything went well. Everything's good. But she told me that she liked midwifery better because there wasn't as much stress of going into office, doing tests, scaring you into something. Like she had... We started with politics.
Here we go.
There we go.
So, I mean, unfortunately, first of all, the time, you go there, you sit in waiting room for like sometimes hour more, easy.
Who has that time?
Just
Okay.
exactly waiting for the gods to come, from the Olymp to see you for 5 minutes, and they don't have time for anything. The nurse just checking all the, vitals, and then, do you have any questions? No, bye. Woman doesn't even, especially first-time mom, they don't even know what to ask. They don't know what they don't know, and no one's really taking care of any true informed consent. Here what we do, this that, like this is the test we're doing now, this is the test we're doing like next week. No one is explaining. I can't. Sometimes I have mamas who come to me like, I don't know, not the first, not even the second, third time pregnant, and she's asking me, what is this test about? Like, what is GBS? Like she's like, I've never been even told. What is GBS? Exactly right. It's a group B strep, and bacteria that lives in the
okay.
How can I say vagina on this podcast?
Yeah, you can. It's a women's health podcast. Who cares? We'll talk about it. Okay, okay, I got it. Okay.
So yeah, it's it's a swab that they do at 36 weeks. Super easy, by the way. Like even monkey can do it on herself probably, but they do it on the woman, which is also like, tell me more about taking all your power from you. So yeah, that's probably the main thing. OBGYN seeing lots of clients, like if I see 3, they have 300 a month, like obviously you cannot personally take care of each one. You know, you cannot really guarantee anything. You know, you cannot. I'm not sure even if you remember like these things. You know.
Yeah.
I do. You know, like because I have a privilege. You know, to know my clients
very well,
way much more. You know, because I spend at least first visit. It's always 2 hours. You know. We get into all this medical care and the history and all this deep stuff, you know, and fears and traumas, and like sometimes it goes deep, you know, and then after that it's always at least an hour, you know. And really funny thing that I start noticing, because I come to people's houses for all the prenatals, and I kind of, you know, make my schedule a little bit more flexible, so I have a little bit more time. It's not like strictly 1 hour and I'm gone.
Yep.
Not that much. That's why I'm always late.
No, I get it. I also leave like a cushion so we can actually chat afterwards.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like it's so weird, just like bye.
Oh, bye. Yeah. I mean, the most interesting thing that I start noticing while I start doing that, women start really opening up, like by the end of the hour, you know. That's when she starts really asking the important questions.
I think psychologists say the same thing. So you're pretty much a psychologist on demand.
Absolutely, you know, something like that, you know, because they truly get into the fears. I don't know, maybe they get enough relaxed or something, and they start asking what's truly matter, you know, and or like telling what's really going on.
But you know, like Americans in general, they're like so good at small talk and like superficially brushing over things, but it's pretty. It takes them a while to get deep compared to like Russians, at least. Like we get like, give me a secret 5 a.m. and we're done. Like I'm telling you all my life. In that sense, so it's great that you spend so much time with them for them to actually tell you what is happening. And we brushed on it before too, how detailed the history you take of a client and the things you find in there, from like sexual assault that they didn't know happened to like the crazy sexual interactions before and all that.
Because I see it all depends, you know. I always say that you birth the way you live, you know. And
expand on that.
Depends on the, like, I don't know, trauma, fears, or like, are you letting yourself be yourself? Are you open? Are you honest with yourself or not? It's gonna it
all comes out.
It all comes out. It's raw and it's emotional, and that's why I love the birth, you know, because it really shows you who you are, you know. And sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes it's really scary. You know, it even by the voice, you know, like sometimes women afraid to speak up, afraid to say the truth, afraid to say no, and they are really closed, and the progress is not going anywhere, and they're like having these 3 days of labor, you know, that not going anywhere, you know, because deep inside she's not in herself be herself, you know. That's what I think.
Wow. Wait, so the 3-day labor happens in midwifery too, like the 30-hour thing. Is it common? Because from what I heard, it's still quicker than if you like get induced in a hospital type of thing.
Not, unfortunately, no. I don't. To be very honest with you, I don't really think that it's connected to induction.
Okay.
Or medication. I think it's connected to
the head.
The head. Yeah. It depends year by year, but I see a lot. And sometimes you would think, oh my God, I don't know, maybe it's like, I don't know, a woman who has problems or something like that. And not necessarily. I have young girls, absolutely healthy, you know, who are, let's say, exercising daily.
It's like the
I don't know,
patient.
Exactly. Eating the exceptional diet, and they still get into that, you know. That's the biggest question, you know, because once I talked to my friend she became my friend, doula in Moscow,
Okay.
in Russia. And I asked her about that, and she's like, 3 days of labor? Like, I've never seen that. And I'm like, how many births have you attended? She's like, over like, I don't know, 300-400, maybe 500. I mean, she's been busy there, you know. And she's like, you never seen 3 days of labor? She's like, no, never.
Okay. Wait, why? How?
I don't know. And
There's something in the water that usually says.
exactly right, in the air, probably. I think in the head. That's
Wait,
that's
are
what
you
I
telling
see.
me right now that Russians are more mentally stable than
Not more crazy.
I don't care. I'll do it.
Exactly. That's what I see even here, you know, with my, not only Russians, you know, just all the Russian speaking, you know, all post-Soviet Union countries, you know, our girls are like, well, my mom did it, my grandma did it, I'm gonna do it, you know, like, I don't know, epidural, that sounds really painful and crazy. Why would you like that? You know, and just like, I'm just gonna do it, everyone's doing it, you know, so they just don't really think much, you know, of that. Here I see a lot, already unfortunately, lots of women who were born themselves via C-section. And I do believe that it's harder for them mentally, because even on physiological level, on the body memory,
they didn't go through that.
They don't have this deep trust in their body, you know. One thing. And then another thing is here people cannot stand even little pain, you know, like you have Advil immediately, you have a little bit of headache, you have Advil, you have a little bit of that, like you take meds for everything, you know, like you like no pain, all the pain is bad, you know. And I think it's a lot about the, you know, culture, you know.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, that's how they were, I guess.
It's changing
in a way. It's
changing. I mean, it's changing everywhere, like towards this, you know, more like to other countries.
Do you think so? America's definitely not. I mean, obviously, back in the old days, midwifery was the way to have a child. Like, then medicine was born, and I think first the church came in and said like, "Oh, shouldn't be done by women; should be done by men," kind of thing. And then obviously, like the medicine started growing, and they kind of took over the whole birthing children field. So I feel
it's
like
good money.
Yeah, I mean,
like
for
when you
sure.
start. Can I swear here?
I think so. I mean,
vagina, and I can swear.
We'll see if the channel gets blocked.
Okay, here we go.
If the channel gets blocked, we know who to blame.
That's me, of course. Always.
What do you want to swear?
Okay, well,
you can always use Russian curse words.
So only we understand. Okay, so when they start fucking up, you know, like early on, you know, from pregnancy, you have a patient for the rest of your life. You know, kind of.
Because you mean to treat something
to treat, you know, to handle. I mean, I don't think it's more
like
physically.
Born, it's put
exactly.
Like
It's put like, and it's not on. I mean, you see, all these interventions were invented, right, by men. Like episiotomy, it's a cutting
of the cord.
No, not the cord.
The tissues. I've heard about that. I'm like, is that true? They actually do it.
They actually do it. I mean,
how is that explained? Like, what was the reason? It's like, yeah, we should just.
Just the baby falls out right behind that, you know. So it's easy, you know. We cut, but again, from the very beginning, they invented it with the forceps. Do you know what forceps are?
No. Oh, like the hook, the
Exactly.
tongs?
You like it's it literally three things. Metal
Yep,
thing.
yep.
Like you
My
go
my
in.
uncle got skin off, and he still has like a scar from that thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had a huge, I got a huge hematoma, and
They did it on you as a baby.
and like
You look great.
thank you so much. I sometimes have these nerves, you think
it's from
like on
that?
this exactly.
Really?
So
Okay,
so
you were
they
saying.
took they inserted into the woman, grab the head and pull the baby out. Can you imagine that? And so this thing to insert it in, they obviously they realized that it's hard, so they would cut. So
that?
like yeah, exactly. So they cut, insert, get the baby
Wait,
out.
I thought I
so
only used that when the baby's head is pretty much out, like almost out.
no, I mean now yes, but earlier.
Wait, like to speed it up
Yeah, to speed it up.
because woman was in danger.
Hard to say, at this
Okay.
point, they just tend to do stuff, not letting women do things. So tell me about the taking the power off from you. Lots of these things. I mean, have you ever heard about twinkle sleep?
Twinkle little star.
Something like that,
Wait, what is twinkle sleep?
Twilight sleep, something like that.
The pills.
No.
No. Oh, because my grandma told me apparently when she was having mom,
Yeah.
they gave her pills so she wouldn't have baby at night.
Oh, wow.
Do you know about that?
Easy.
Have you heard?
know,
Yeah,
to
I mean,
s-
so
to
because
stop
everyone,
it, then another pill to start it again.
yeah, because people were going
easy.
off work.
Yeah,
And there's
right.
no one in hospital to deliver the baby, so they're like,
Right.
yeah, I'll just wait until the morning.
Just like a little bit of Benadryl.
It's insane though, like
It is
because if we
insane.
talk like most of births like usually happen at night because it's dark,
Absolutely, yeah. The
rest and-
hormones are
yeah.
releasing easily. Exactly. No, twilight. If someone can Google it,
Twilight? No.
twilight something sleep. It's about the when I'm talking about that twilight. I don't know. So they basically they put the woman under general anesthesia
Okay.
right before having a baby.
The state of amnesia and pain necessarily induced by hypodermic
No,
injection.
just put the birth, birth, childbirth. So they put the woman under general anesthesia right before taking the baby out. Can you imagine? So
Why?
she is completely out.
Germans made
Completely
it.
out. So I mean, exactly. So I mean, they thought that it's a good idea, that it's right. But the moment when the baby is born, they thought that it's the most painful moment, and let's just knock her out, and get the
So it
baby
was
out.
done for the benefit of the mom, not to feel the pain.
Exactly.
Like, what was the thinking
it's like
behind it?
it's exactly. It's like a pain pain management technique. Can you imagine, like under general anesthesia? Obviously, babies were born like completely numb, without any breathing, anything. Like I watched an old black and white video when I was in school. Like resuscitation of this baby, because they don't do C-section. They get the baby out, with the forceps, cutting forceps.
But
get the
baby's under anesthesia. Pretty
yes,
much, right?
Yeah, pretty much, because it's like through the blood. Obviously, it goes to the baby immediately.
So they don't start screaming.
Absolutely, they're numb, and I watched this video, and we were like literally all midwives, we were looking at the clock, and I'm like, oh my god, it took 10 minutes to resuscitate the baby, like to get the baby to breathe, and they were doing it like for everyone, here, like if you look at the stats, I mean, this is crazy. It's like for 20 years or something, they thought that it's a really good idea. The thing is that there was no one who could see it, like let's say it this way, mother goes somewhere, and just give the baby, just like give birth, and you don't know what you don't know, and just women were put under that, like that is what we're gonna do, you know, and they have no memory of giving birth or anything like that.
Wait,
So
how's that mentally though when you don't register that with your body?
I do believe that's what made all this crazy, like let's say 20, 30 years after that
generation.
sex, drugs, rock and roll theme, exactly generation of drug
Trying to
addicts.
reconnect.
Pretty much because it was like very much, generational
Yeah.
thing. So
Wait, so it was in the U.S. too.
U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole country. It was
That's
really
insane.
cool. Like it's like you are cool by doing that.
Yeah. Well, I remember. I think I told you before. Like in New York, 5-6 years ago. At this point, I remember pretty much all my clients were coming in. They're like, "Oh, I'm doing C-section." Like I already scheduled it. That's what my doctor said is recommended.
Yeah,
This is like the new it. Yeah. And a lot of them were doing it, and a lot of them unfortunately had really tough recovery afterwards because it's a very invasive surgery, 7 layers.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but thankfully I think now it's subsided. But that was a huge thing for me too all my clients in New York were either getting induced or C-sections.
Yeah.
Here, like starting from my first client, they're like, "Oh, I'm doing home birth." I'm like, "Home birth? That's a unicorn."
Okay, right.
99% of my clients
Because
in
I
Austin,
sent her all my clients.
a big amount, but not all. But still, like even without your input, 99% of my clients are home birth.
Yeah.
Compared to New York, that's like day and night, which is crazy.
Right.
Why is that happening?
I don't know. I mean, historically, Texas was always more like open-minded and just
That's a
generally
rare
more
statement.
friendly. Yeah. Just more friendly for home birth and community and midwives. That's why, like, we have laws that protects us, for like many years. So there are some states where it's illegal, even like New York. I cannot practice in New York.
Really? Like
Yes.
you can't even get licensed there?
No, you cannot get licensed there.
Like midwifery does not exist?
Like you can
how
be
is
like,
that?
the same midwife that work in the hospital, certified
Like a dual
nurse midwife.
Nurse midwife. Okay.
Like they can, but again, it's
but they do not deliver a baby.
Yeah, I mean, there is like, it's not as protective, let's say this way. I mean, there are midwives, who are doing that, but it's a different credentials, it's different education even, so it's, and I guess different demand. In Texas, yes. Like when I was in school, I remember the stats in 1900.
1900s?
1900s, exactly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm always here.
You understand?
I
me?
hope it's correct though. I'm just like trying to be a smart ass, but
Here we go. 1900s, 98% of everyone were born at home.
Oh, okay.
In like within, I believe, like 10, 15, something 20 years, 98% of all the babies were born at the hospital.
Whoa.
There was a big campaign throughout the whole country that's like, these dirty midwives with their dirty hands, they spread the diseases and they kill the babies and all this stuff, so it become not as popular as it was, just literally yesterday, So here we go. It's changing, but still in this country, only 1 to 2% of all the babies are born out of the hospital, not at home, but just out of the hospital. That means birthing centers, that means home, that means accident, car birth, and stuff like that.
Wait, so 1-2% is born not in a hospital?
Not in a hospital.
Not in the hospital. Wait, really?
Only 1 to 2.
Really? And they all, like, I guess, in Austin, because I swear to God, 99% of my clients deliver at home.
I hope the statistic here is different, but
yeah,
no.
1-2%. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, New York is making up for all the 98%, I guess, because I'm telling you, there's no one. I don't think we even discussed with anyone home birth there.
Exactly. I mean, and all these interventions we were talking about, they just because of the vision of the birth. The birth is something evil. It's painful. It's horrible. Let's save the woman. Let's protect the woman. Like what we can do. Just put under general and get the baby out. Do the C-section and get the baby out. It's just something like 9 months you're carrying. You're like a jar. And then it's just let's just pain-free somehow take the baby out, all these ideas, pain-free birth,
right.
it's like appealing to every woman. It's like, oh my God, because you think it's so scary, so crazy. It's this, you hear these stories. It's the worst pain in your life, and stuff like that. So obviously, there are lots of things that they're trying to invent, like epidural and stuff, like how to cut this off. But they don't understand that it just all these interventions creates more problems and other interventions.
Yeah,
it's just like never-ending cycle.
Well, I think you nudged me in the direct. I never thought about it before. Yeah. I feel like started working in Austin in particular, like doing home birth. Like maybe I got older too. I'm like, oh, kids,
Right.
But I think you changed my mind about. Nudging me in direction of home birth because you marketed it as transformative. I still think about it to like this day. Every day, I'm like, it's gonna be like transformation. And you said like, there's nothing you cannot do after you've done it. I'm like, I'm gonna be like ruling business after I have kids because I'm gonna be like so powerful. So if I feel like you put that in front of women, like
100%.
This is a life changing.
Way much more women would love to do that, right?
Yeah.
Or
it's more appealing.
I
than
remember
like,
exactly. Exactly. I remember that literally the first. I even say, and I have chills on my back. I do remember the first thought in my head when I had my son. Just hold him like that.
The
and
10-pound baby.
By the way, no complications, no tears, no problems. It's still possible, yes.
Yeah. We got
9.5. 10.5. So, yes, I hold him and I remember like, whoa, I'm so, I don't know, sad that no one single man can feel that. Literally, I don't know why, but I was like, wow, this is like so cool. And like no one of you can feel that, but only we can, because that's like all of that. That's like immediately in this moment that's worth it, like just like this is exactly moment, and it's hormones, oxytocin, because right at the moment of the birth, when the baby is literally like coming out of you, the whole body, you have the biggest amount. If you were unmedicated, obviously.
Yeah.
If you do feel at all. You have the biggest amount of oxytocin and endorphins together, combined, so
that's a cool
no one
mechanism.
Single, exactly. No one single, the best of the best orgasms in your life, not near that amount of hormones. So like it's, it's mind-blowing. And that's why women keep doing that. That's why like the society is still, alive. Let's say it this way, because nature made it. If you are under synthetic pitocin, your pitocin is not releasing, fully at the full potential. If you don't feel pain, obviously, your body won't release any endorphins. You won't get any of that.
That's another pillar of marketing. Like you want the highest high of your life.
100%, exactly. Yeah. And that's the moment when you feel like, now I can do anything. Now I got all my power. This is all in my hands. Like I can change the whole world. And I know my baby. I know myself. I know my body. It's just like it's huge initiation into the parenthood, and it's like you transform, that's for sure. Like that's what I told you, I guess. And I keep thinking about that. It's like express self-developing course, like something like you have to, and you cannot say stop, or you cannot get out.
No way back.
There's no way back. Like you have to go, and you have to go in, and it is possible, And unfortunately, I do believe that most of our problems now with all this birth process are in our heads and not in our bodies.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I mean, yeah. Another kind of note. Before we were about to shoot this podcast, I had two clients, and one is doing elective C-section. Her first one is elective C-section. She had preeclampsia the first time, so it's stressful in general.
Right.
The second one, I forget. She's doing a hospital birth, but natural. And we were talking with them a little bit about it. I was just curious, what is their thinking behind choosing that? Considering 99% of my clients do home birth. So yeah, one is that just I feel like in general just feels safer in a hospital setting, and I guess the other one too. I think she doesn't want that. You definitely have to take more personal responsibility when you choose home birth, right? Like
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's definitely kind of like you are more in charge of everything, and
you're the primary caregiver. Care provider for your baby.
Care provider.
Yeah, exactly.
So would you say, like, do you judge women who choose?
Not at all. No. I mean, even I am not the best midwife for everyone. You know, like when we have an initial meeting, first thing I say, I'm very hands off. You know, if you ask me what to do, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna ask you back, like, how do you feel?
Oh,
so like,
that could be very challenging for a lot of people.
Yes, and lots of. That's why I have more like second time mom, third time mom. When they were like, okay, I had this horrible experience. Now I want to take, exactly, to take my power back. You know, to be in charge. Truly, like when they are ready. You know, there are some first time moms who are like, oh yeah, I'm ready to be in charge.
Yeah.
You know, like, but with me, you have to be in charge. You're gonna be in charge. I'm making sure, you know, you're safe. You know, baby's safe. On just like a clinical, perspective. You know, I will guide you. Obviously, you know, I help throughout the whole pregnancy. You know, prepare you for the birth. You know, and just help you along the way. But I'm behind your back. I'm not the god
doing that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not making decision for you.
I like that. It appeals to me very much because even when I go to the doctor, I'm always questioning their decisions.
Exactly.
So I'm like, well, that's not how it feels for me.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, how do you feel? You know, like just like really go deep inside and just like does it feel comfortable or not? You know, but because your brain waves during that's what Joe Dispenza were talking about it. Your brain waves during pregnancy are changing. And you become and you become more intuitional, like truly on a chemical level.
Yeah,
you know,
makes sense.
Exactly. So when you turn all these questions back towards the woman, they know the answers. I do believe that every woman, I mean, especially during pregnancy, if she gets into the connect with herself and her body, you know, she knows everything. She knows all the answers already.
And that's where that thing with the head comes in that you said that you kind of like, do I listen to myself?
Exactly. Who do I listen to? Like, can you give me the advice? You know, let me read this book and take this course and that course and let me ask all my friends, you know, like you don't trust yourself, you trust something else, and it doesn't work in labor. You know?
I like that. I used to struggle with that personally. Like I used to just always, because of a very authoritative father in my life, you know, like you never
you have to listen.
allowed to have a question.
Right.
Yeah, especially about how you feeling and stuff. And I feel like I've been working the past couple of years on like figuring out like what I want. And now I notice like I usually like always like eager to text my sister, ask her like, what should I do? And like the last couple of months I've been noticing like, no, I know what to do. Just like so I feel more prepared. Yeah, I feel more prepared for Anya's midwifery. But
but that's why I value these 9 months, you know, like you can, and there especially first time moms, you know, so what should I read, what should I do, what should I watch, like you know, like how can I prepare, like what should I do before our next appointment? And I always say, well, you go outside,
touch some grass,
exactly, barefoot, you know, like listen to the birds, you know, feel the wind on your skin. I don't know, like when you go every day, you go to the shower, you know, feel this
The
the
water.
water on your skin, listen to the sounds, like what you hear, like that's what I want. Like I want you to eat and actually pay attention on what you're eating, taste it, everything. Don't rush, slow down. That's what I want, and it's, I believe that dancing, turn on the music, dance together, because I see, I believe that it's way much more important than taking any childbirth course or reading any book, because again, we get into our head and you don't need that. I taught and I love teaching childbirth, like that's just one of my
That class is probably very
passion.
different.
Exactly, but then I ask many questions, like all my girls who took my classes, they know, it's a conversation. It's not like I'm the lecturer and I'm gonna tell you,
like a
dilation. Exactly. This is how much you will dilate. This is baby's position. No, I don't say that. I have a conversation like, what are you afraid of? What's your first birth story you ever heard in your life? And going deep into this, process. But yeah, I mean, I kind of lost the point.
No, you're definitely talking all the right things. But do you think it doesn't help if you want to know, I think I definitely would be curious on knowing anatomical things about the whole childbirth thing.
No, absolutely. This is the thing. I explain along the way as a midwife. That's what we're talking. That's what I'm explaining. That's where we are right now. That's what's happening. Or when we start preparing for a birth. That's what kind of that's what's gonna happen. This is the contractions. This is how it looks like. This is kind of how it might feel like, how you might feel like, it's more obviously flexible, I tell. But again, in the end of my classes, I always say, at the birth, I want you to forget everything I said.
What is it from?
Turn off your head,
Where's the quote from? Forget everything you learned before, or something like that. There's this movie.
Okay, I need to look through.
I need to, yeah. You need to claim it.
I need to claim it, exactly. Because that's true. I want you to turn off your head completely. I want you to get into your primal brain. I want you to stop calculating, looking at the phone, I hate when women send me these, screenshots from the contraction app. My contractions are every whatever minutes, here and here and here. Because this screenshot, when I look at it, it looks like, yes, even if I drive right now, I will miss the birth, But obviously, they very much overestimate the length of the contraction, and it's just falls into the
yeah. Well, I mean, they're probably nervous.
Overestimation. Exactly. But I'm like,
I thought you were mad because you have all the screenshots on your phone, and it's going to be just taking up your memory.
All right. No, not that much. No, but I because I don't like women, sitting there and, pressing on the button, all the time, here we are, it starts, that stop, it starts, that stop. That's not helping. That's not helping, to feel what you feel. It's not helping the process.
Takes you out of that meditative state.
It exactly takes you out of your body, into your head, and you start calculating. Okay, it's been that many hours, and I am up to this pattern, and you're like, oh my god, just let it go, just surrender. Okay, we cannot control that, and that's the beauty of it. You cannot control. You cannot predict. You don't know when it's gonna happen. It's just all of this is pure.
I think
magic.
I mean all the interventions might be just it tries to control the chaos of creation.
Of course. This is much easier, to put everyone on a schedule. You go on Tuesday, you go on Wednesday, and all of this, and we know for sure this is all the rooms. They are full. We don't want you all to kind of come how they happen in real life, if you let them, probably, it's very cyclical, it really depends. I mean, if the woman is again in contact with her body on the moon, like all the full moon, all the cycles, like that's probably why, we have at times, the 1 week and everyone's like, delivering babies, one at 37 weeks, one at 42 weeks, one right at the due date,
So it's
How is this
lunar
possible?
calendar, you think? Some energies in the universe.
It's not about the energy, it's more about the pressure,
Pressure?
atmospheric.
Oh, I like my version better. It seemed more spiritual.
Oh my god, yeah, I mean, I am, even though I'm...
Wait, we have a dog under. Question. So, should we get into questions a little bit? Oh my god, it's been 15 minutes. Holy shit.
That's how our 3 hours, go.
No, I'm telling you, that's what happened. Look, it has
We
to
needed
speak
to
in
say,
English.
yeah, right? We need we can, any language, yay! We are unstoppable.
I bought the extra SD cards because I know you guys.
We're gonna be here forever.
I'm gonna make hookah in a bit. It's okay. Let's get a couple questions from Instagram. Yes. What are the biggest misconceptions about midwifery that you encounter, and how do you address them?
Misconception.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Who
There's
are these
so
people
many.
asking these questions? Misconceptions.
That was a friend of
That
mine.
it's, let's say this way, that it's dangerous. It's more dangerous than hospital. That's probably the number one. Which is absolutely not true, even on the statistic. It's definitely not more dangerous, and sometimes maybe even safer. That's what numbers are saying. Misconceptions. What else? How do you think? I think that's the biggest
one.
Yeah. It's more dangerous. That's why people kind of feel safer at the hospital, like being closer to NICU and surgery room. I was like, but just step into the hospital brings you just closer
to that whole,
and your risks are way much higher. Just even just stepping in, having the perfect health history before that and not having any issues. That's just statistics. Pure numbers. I don't know what else. How do you think?
I mean, anyone like do you have?
What did you have? Like, what did you think when you start hearing people like I'm doing home birth? What did you think?
I mean, at this point, I don't know, because again, so many of my clients do home birth, and I know you, I know Monica, but like when I first started, I don't know, I'm always open to new things. Like for me, it was new, but I never judge something that I don't know. And when I got to know it from like conversations with you, from reading, I was like, that's legit. Makes sense.
I know.
What?
Some people think that if you choose a home birth, it's automatically you're gonna deliver, in the pool or like in the water birth. Like I've heard that.
I mean, I'm
from
shopping
people
for
who
a
are
house
not
with a pool for that reason.
I love you.
Wait, so you mean you have options? You can do it on a bed.
Exactly.
You
I
can do it
mean,
on
we
the
have
floor.
options, but sometimes that's what I heard from men. Usually it's like when I say I'm a midwife, I was like, you deliver babies in the water. And I'm like, why is that? I don't know.
Maybe because it sounds really cool. It sounds like a superpower. You're like, I'm a water birther. Just like, I don't know.
Exactly. or it's like, or that we all are hippie and we all are talking about the, I don't know, energy.
Wait, aren't you? You are a
or
nomad
I
woman.
am
Look at you with
radical,
your gold
crazy.
earrings and flowy shirt.
Flowy shirt. But I love my numbers. I love my statistics. I love anatomy, like it's no magic really. It's a physiology.
Yeah.
I'm
With a little bit of magic.
Of course.
You can't go without it. I know. Yeah, I guess that's true. I do think of midwifery more like when I close my eyes and like midwifery. I think about like beautiful witches, like women's circle.
Something women's circle,
moon
exactly. Full
herbs.
moon
Yeah.
herbs, you know, like exactly. That's how you treat anything, you know. But
I find beauty in that. Like, I don't feel like it's bad. Like, I actually
absolutely,
I gravitate
you
towards
know,
that.
exactly. But it's definitely it's about the balance, you know. Like we do bring the medication on the birth, you know. we kind of have to deal with some, you know, hemorrhage here and there or some bad things. So it's not only fairy tales and unicorns, you know. Sometimes it's a bloody and
I think I
and
remember you
scary,
posted a
so-
picture. You had like
blood
stains and
stain.
stuff.
And I have I mean, and I wear the same jeans, you know, like kind of
Just
like
come in all bloody, like
exactly.
ready. So bad.
I bring the placenta at home. My partner is still. I was like, oh my god, is this in our fridge? I was like, yes, it's still in our fridge. I don't cook them for
Well,
him.
you kind of do, right? Oh, for him. I guess, yeah.
I cook them for my mamas, bring it back, you know. But
Well, placenta pills actually. I think you're the first one who told me about it and about the whole thing that it actually costs a bunch of money, and it's getting thrown out or it's actually like third cells to someone. But now more and more I see more mamas having those pills afterwards. Yeah.
I mean, I have really good feedback, you know, really good. I had mamas, you know, who, especially repeat clients, and they were like, first thing, tell me you're still doing that. And I'm like, only for my clients, you know, but this is easy.
Oh, you mean
know.
you don't take orders from not clients?
Not clients.
Oh,
no.
okay, that makes sense.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
That'd be like a whole production.
Exactly.
Just like you need like a factory.
Exactly. No, only for my clients because
Yeah.
it's easy. I'm already at the birth and I bring
yeah.
it back on the postpartum visit, you know. But I have really good feedback, especially from mama who, you know, come back and they were like, I don't know what we would do. You know, it just really stabilize mood and it just really, really like
amazing.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, when you told me about you told me
All
that
the
story about the
animals.
cow.
exactly
And your dad, you guys, yeah.
you know. So all the animals
Do it.
eat their placentas.
Yeah.
So except humans, even you know dolphins and
Maybe they used to back in the day. Who knows?
probably you know hard to say.
We're still good on memory? Okay. it's
I'm not. Exactly.
oh my god, it's gonna be like so much laughter to edit. Just Alright. Huh? Моя плацента в контейнере не видела.
Who wants to
Gonna
date a
talk
midwife?
We do know who. That's a podcast secret. I guess you guys Instagram official, so it doesn't matter.
Not
Not
on
his
his Instagram.
I think I saw he almost like what do you say, like teased everyone about it, and then he just shut up. I'm like, okay, when is it coming? I want to know.
Probably not ask him.
I will tonight. Just like straight at the door, face control. Okay, so I guess I don't know if you wanna.
Please,
what are some common challenges as a midwife that you face and have to overcome? Like anything that comes to mind.
Common challenges, like in actually in my work or
However you want to answer.
however,
Yeah.
You know, whatever comes first, it's scheduling probably. You know that this thing that I am. Really attached to this place, you know, and I am attached to my mamas, you know, and it's beautiful on one side, you know, and on the other side, it's hard.
Ties you in,
know,
yeah.
It ties me in, and I don't know, I have, maybe you see or not, some of my Mongolian blood in me. I have gypsies. Actually close. My grandpa's mom was gypsy, so like I have this, you know, like constant feeling I need to move. I want to go. I want to go. I want to go. And I was like, I cannot go until like November.
But then it's August, then it's June, and
exactly. So that's probably the hardest thing, to be very honest with you. You know. That's why, again, coming back to what we started with, you know, being a, you know, travel midwife.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll see how it goes.
I'll do it.
Yeah, right.
Give yourself a commitment.
Right. I don't. I exactly. I don't really. Nothing really comes. According to my work. I really deeply trust in whatever is happening for the reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to sell this idea to all my clients.
Sell them idea of what?
That whatever, trusting to trusting to
Yeah.
their body, trusting to the universe. Like even sometimes when things go not according to the plan, original plan,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that it's bad. That means like you kind of have to have this experience.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't see it as a challenge. Whatever comes.
Is that what you kind of also tell clients who wanted to do home birth but then ended up going to a hospital with complications?
Absolutely. Yes, exactly. I mean,
do they get very upset? Like,
yes. I mean, of course. Of course, and some of my mamas probably it's I don't know. It's hard for everyone. When you plan your home birth, and then you have to transfer to the hospital. It is hard. That's why on my, again, teaching childbirth classes, I really have the whole big session on that, just asking what's their biggest fear and going into this fear and why are they afraid of it and what they think is actually will happen if this becomes a true, and it's hard, but again, I do believe that every woman, comes after this experience, still transformed, like, and not less than if she would have a, beautiful home birth.
Yeah.
Like she learned way much more about herself. Like I had, I'm talking about it, and I have one mama in mind, particularly, maybe she's listening to this podcast, and she will know I'm talking about her. This hard. Many of my transfers are due to long birth. We were talking about 3 days of labor. Mama is really tired, and then we go to the hospital, and then there is a cascade of interventions, and then there's a C-section. And then you are there, with all your dreams ruined, and like asking why is this happened to me, but I do believe that these mamas, that similar story happens to, they learn a lot through that. They finally can say, I don't want that, and they finally can say no. I'm not gonna do that. I want different things. Before, like, it's I call these girls a good girl. Like when you're a good girl in pregnancy, like you can clearly see. You ask, like, how is everything? Everything's good. Everything's good. Like, how do you feel? Good. Any questions? No, I'm good. Like, and everything is good. Always, everything is good. And then suddenly,
things are not.
Exactly, nothing's good. And then she's like, okay, actually, I don't have to be this good girl. Like I actually can exactly ask the questions. Like I actually can make a decision. For myself, for my body, for my baby. Because like I want, like we talk about it. I want to be in charge. Like I'm ready to take this like responsibility. I'm a woman. I'm not a good girl.
Yeah.
Damn. So
that's good. That's powerful. Another marketing pillar. No, that's really good. Yeah. Damn. So maybe that was universe's way of breaking them.
Absolutely. Because like if everything would unfold beautifully and you had easy births and beautiful nothing, how would you know?
Anything.
How would you learn that exactly? I had one mama. She was asking me, Anya, what in the peak of the contractions, also really long birth, and she asked me, Anya, why someone is giving birth like walking on
in the park,
park, and some like hiking like Mount Everest and like in, I don't know.
That's a good question.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's really, but I do believe that you both deserve that, and like you both have to go because this is your journey. You cannot go on her journey. You might want to, but like it's not yours.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find anything there. You have to go to your mountain, climb up top, and say, I did it.
Fucking did it.
You saw that, right?
I saw you. You're like, I saw the word.
Like my son always says F word. He's like, so you all understand F word. Oh my
Ford.
god, almost Ford. Exactly.
No, yeah, I love that.
Almost 8-year-old. Fun.
He's so grown up now.
He is.
I have yet to see him, but I saw him only once. That like was it 3 years ago when I first met?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, recommended spacing between babies. Does a C-section birth mean wait longer?
Yes, absolutely. With the C-section, statistically, ideally you should wait 18 months before conceiving. So you can do earlier if you want to, if you feel like, but this is the difference in age that decrease tremendously complications if you want to do the next VBAC. It's a vaginal birth after C-section. So like because the scar needs time to heal, obviously. All the organs, everything needs to come back to the place, and it's a good time.
What is a good time for if not a C-section?
If not
the same.
If not a C-section, again, the body is really smart. Some women don't even have their periods back like for a year and a half. Some have their period within 2 months. I think it's really case by case.
So a period is an indicator, like, okay, right, let's
the body
go.
is ready. Let's go.
But
You're fertile again. Woohoo! Let's do it.
Stays in the body like up to 8 months. So you still like even like everything's ready there. Your body, because we talk like your body might not be
like. Is it a good idea?
strong.
Probably not. Generally, it's really hard to say for everyone. It should be really personal. You know, first of all, ideally your period comes back. And it's not irregular. It becomes regular. You wait till you feel good, when you feel ready physically, when you feel ready emotionally. For one mama, it's 1 year. For another 3 years. It really depends. But obviously, the only one thing I want to point out that know that you can get pregnant before your first period. Because because ovulation comes before menstruation. So that's the only one thing that I want people to know that exactly. You never know when when it comes back. And if you are not ready for another baby, you just really be careful.
I have a client. She's so funny. So they got married, and everyone told him like, "Oh, you should start like trying for the baby. It's gonna take a while." They got pregnant right away. She had a baby, and she didn't want to get pregnant for the second for a while. She wanted to take like a nice break, but her husband really wanted to, and she's like, "Well, we can start trying right away."
Right away, exactly.
Exactly. So definitely see what your body is like.
See what your body is like, and mentally, definitely think about that. It's hard when you have a newborn baby and being pregnant again. It's another thing to consider. Not a universal
rule for
but I think just from the physiological perspective, that's good to wait at least a year, just to give your body the break, 9 months in, 9 months out, just like to come back, not I'm not talking about the visual shape, but just like really to feel your body back.
So about 12-18 for, I guess, C-section,
I would say
somewhat. Awesome. Let's do one more. Breach. Love Anya. She's wonderful. And was it my first V back at home? That's actually, I don't know if I should say, but it's from Caroline.
Okay.
She just had her third?
Yeah.
Hafner?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a question from her.
Fantastic. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, Caroline, I love you too. She texted me when she got pregnant.
Oh, really? Like, again.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, they're a beautiful family. They should expand as much as they can.
So the breach. What is the question about the breach?
There's not really a
actually?
question. Just I guess she
what,
just wants to
what I think about that.
Yeah. I know you talk a lot about on your page about breach baby. I think everyone asks you that question.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true. I think this is variation of normal. You know, kind of.
Okay.
This is
I like that.
probably
Yeah.
the end of conversation.
Should it be
can
treated as pathology?
Let's say exactly.
Yeah.
Let's say it this way: it can be really dangerous. That's true if you don't know what to do.
Makes sense.
You know, like with
Yeah.
like with anything else. You
Yeah.
know, if you're inpatient, if you are tends to kind of intervene into the process, like managing woman, you know, position, intervention stuff. That can be dangerous, and that I see, you know, like let's say this way, I wouldn't recommend, even if they say suddenly it's okay to have a breech birth at the hospital. You know,
Okay.
I wouldn't go there
Right away. You would
for
test it
doing
out
that.
first.
The
Yeah.
same for VBAC. You know, I wouldn't go to the hospital to do a VBAC. You know, because they are
Easily give up.
they are easily give up. They
Yeah.
tend to intervene more into the process. You know, they don't trust woman. They don't trust the body. You
Yeah.
know, and they don't give enough time. They don't give enough time in the pregnancy, in the birth. You know, everything is like on the clock. Everything is really worried. You know, everybody's more tense, and like this is the chances at the hospital, even statistically, they're not as high.
Yeah.
At the home birth, they're like pretty high.
Mm-hmm.
You know, considering your low risk, obviously. So yes, breech birth is, I think it's beautiful, you know, and with the provider that's trusting in the body, that trusting in the process, and knows the maneuvers, knows when to intervene when it's needed, and knows when not to, and just be hands off, you know.
Nice. Awesome. I see my husband stirring his head like he's trying to stop us.
Or fall asleep.
And he's like, when is this gonna be over? We're gonna have to invite you again because we have some question answered. But I'm sorry, guys, we're like running out of time. Please donate to buy for us to buy new cameras. Funny enough, the gift. So
links below.
So I mean, first of all, this is gonna be hilarious. But I have a gift for you. Please look what it is.
Luke?
Yes.
Okay. Oh my god. Love gifts.
That was his idea. So Anya was at our house months ago, and she left her earrings here, and I wasn't able to give her back. So that's a gift from me. The new earrings.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
I miss them.
Well,
now gift from me, right?
Yes. You see, you give, I give. I'm just kidding. Yes. So, as you guys might know, or if you don't know, our viewers get a little gift from each guest, and I'm excited that Anya's gonna give us a little something too. And what do we want from them? Do you want them to follow you? What do you?
For that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell me. I don't know.
I guess.
Idea.
Yeah. Let's just do just.
Send me something. I don't know. New earrings.
That's a good one. It's gonna be easier than
P.O.
that.
box, you know.
But tell us what is the gift? What did you say?
Maybe like they comment under something. I don't know, question or
Yeah, I guess
for the
comment
next
anything.
for comment anything.
But
Say what did you like in all this conversation.
What is, like,
Say
the
why
biggest
do you want me
insight,
to
yeah.
come back again? You know, and have
Aw.
another hour.
yeah, that's a good one. But don't forget to mention your handle on Instagram so we can contact you to send you what we're gonna send them.
Yeah. Well, actually, I was thinking. I was thinking about the small, maybe consultation.
You do want to do that?
I do want to do that.
I don't know how many views we're gonna get on this one.
I
but
love.
They might all be like in a year, and you're gonna have like 200 consultations. As the channel grows, and we're like, a lot of people.
I
So
mean,
do
for
something
everyone.
Yeah,
for
you see?
everyone.
So let's
no,
just-
for everyone. Let's do like we talk about the PDF on if you plan to conceive. Like top labs to do and like where to start if
Yeah.
you are planning to consciously conceive your baby the
Yeah.
next time. When you're ready. And but no, when I was thinking about it, maybe like if there is gonna be billions of comments, maybe we choose one the best. And
again, it might be in a year. Like people like don't watch it right away; they might watch it in a year.
Right.
But what we'll just do, we'll do a second one in a year with you, and then we're gonna do like what do you call it, like a shuffle game, and we're gonna pick one winner
that's
for the
cool.
consultation.
Yeah.
But that's like
Well,
another thing we actually didn't touch on. We're gonna have
follow
to, huh?
follow us.
Follow us. We didn't have to touch on is a conception, but Anya, definitely follow Anya on Instagram. She not promised me, but she kind of hinted that she will have some kind of something.
Some kind of something.
Some kind of something.
Follow me,
to teach women the easiest and the natural way to conceive. There are a lot of secrets that she knows that no one knows, and I heard them, and I'm mind-blowing. So definitely give her a follow, and we hope it's coming soon. We're going to have to ask Anya really, really hard to do that when she finds time between her clients.
Kick me.
Kick me to do that. So follow her and stay on top of
Well,
that.
maybe I need to use someone's help, to create this beautiful atmosphere.
Well,
Seriously,
my husband is available. He's a free labor.
Mine is not really as good. He can sit here better, than like to organize this. So
There you go. Yeah,
we're just sitting and talking,
Anywho, follow us, guys. It was so lovely to have you.
my God, thank
Definitely
you.
an hour and a half is not enough. So we're gonna have to do it again. But thank you for being here. Let's potty. We're gonna turn off the cameras and potty, guys. So,
Thank
bye,
you. It was
everyone.
really good. Bye.